What's up, guys? That Really Gross Guy here. We are back in our point of interest video series, which I wanted to do videos in the open worlds and whatnot of some really cool locations that could potentially point out some lore or at some point might be explored even further into the future. We did a video about the Orokin door, that I'm assuming it's a door, that is in the Orokin dig site on the map. And I'm actually not too far from there over in the Coolant Crater. I think for this video I will do some editing for you, but I think we are going to visit the Coolant Crater, the Astara Crater, and the Astara Crater because there's some interesting stuff over here, and some stuff that I think lore-wise we don't know much about, but maybe we could learn about in the future when it comes to some of this Orokin tech. Because right over here, number one, we do see the large Orokin tower that spews out this this coolant or whatever. This I don't exactly know how the heck this thing is supposed to work. They're talking about, like, does it melt the snow? Is this the thing that controls the hurricane snowstorm that's around the Orb Vallis? Is it melting snow and making coolant? How does that work? Anyways, it's interesting. I'm sure there's some sort of Orokin technology that is doing all this, but number one, it's just abstract looking. There are those giant rings that come around here with these looks like arms or legs and whatever the heck these droopy looking things are. I don't even know. But it's a very interesting thing. I've also noticed that it's not connected between this giant portion right here. So, like, this giant golden archway is, what is, I don't understand. Anyways, very interesting. If you want to go up and try and get inside, you guys want to go up here and try and get inside, well, I think we hit, oh, we can get up above it. Ooh, well, we can't go in there, can we? Well, can't go in there. That'd be probably some really weird, dark anime stuff in there, you know what I'm saying? No, anyways. But really creepy, but I'm actually really curious about this over here. Jolteon, are you serious? Anyways, that's my electric-based kabat. But anyways, I'm really curious about this location down here, which to me, when I first saw them, I always thought these were just roots. These were just roots from a gigantic tree of some sort or something. But there's some detail on these that leads me to believe there's something else. First of all, there are some textures on here that are different. This is definitely gold and Orokin. So a little bit less root-like. They might act like roots to some degree, but you can see details on them. Some of them have like where it bumps out, where there's like a whole, I don't know, it's I don't see one right off the bat, but it looks like it bumps out and it's got all this extra texture. But this thing obviously looks organic. It looks like roots. It looks like this thing grew here. But what I'm really curious about and interested in is when you get up here and close to this center of this thing, number one, you got rocks and crystals, ice formations, whatever on it. You can see that it's like a giant orb. It's like an orb in the middle, gold Orokin orb, and then look at like this part of it. It looks like it's like this root shot out and grew out of this giant orb. But it looks, to me, to be honest, it looks like a weapon. It looks like this orb dropped down onto the planet and then it just burst out these roots or whatever. You can see more texture here, and just started, you know, destroying or maybe even taking in and consuming the land around it or something. Maybe this was a lake. Was this a giant lake and it just sucked up all the water to make coolant, and then it pulls it all up into this tower? I'm not really sure, but this is definitely an Orokin structure. It's definitely Orokin in design, and it looks like it is a tool of some sort to I don't know. I don't know, to destroy or to absorb water to make coolant. But for some of these locations, you can see there's this giant crevasse. But if you try to go down into these crevasses, you will basically be forced to respawn. I've kind of looked around here and didn't really find too much going on down here. Just water. So I don't know. You can see the coolant or whatever leaking down in here. Very interesting. Very intriguing. What do you guys think about all this? What do you guys think this thing could be? Do you think they're roots and it just soaked up a giant lake, or was this a weapon of some sort? I'm really curious. But with that said, I am actually going to travel over to some of these other craters. Alright guys, so we are pulling into this second crater, which is the Astara Crater, which is up on the top of the map. And very similar, we see this giant Orkin, the chimney, we'll just call it. And then we have, once again, these massive roots that some of them go up into the air, which is why I was a little bit confused. Is how was this thing meant to absorb water? Did it just grow uncontrollably, or what? It's very intriguing, very, very cool. But you can see, just like, once again, lots of textures on these, lots of it's just rubble and rocks, and it's especially this one is really cool because you can see all the ice, these crystals, whatever, all over the place. But then you see down here, once again, some orb-like structure that all of these things seem to have erupted out of. These roots, or these tentacles? Oh god, let's not go down that route. Anyways, looking very cool, but then look, it's almost, this part especially looks very liquidy. Very, very cool, very interesting. But this is the Astara Crater. You guys are welcome to just fly around and arrive at these places and maybe make your own guesses, but look at how big some of these rocks and stuff have just been uprooted from the ground. It's so cool, so interesting. I really am curious to see what these things are all about. Could these, like I said, could these be weapons that they could just drop on a planet and just wreak havoc and destroy everything? Could you imagine if that was dropped in the middle of a city like Fortuna? Oh my gosh, that'd be crazy. But once again, I'm going to move to our last location over here in the Astara Crater. Once again, I am open to some locations you would like me to check out. I definitely want to check out the Enrichment Labs and the Temple of Prophet. There are a couple others I have in mind, but I kind of want to, explore some lore and stuff and see what they're, what could those possibly be all about. But yeah, leave those in the comments below, and I would definitely love to take a look. Before I pass by it too quickly, we have Fortuna very, very close by. This is the structure that's in the middle of the map, the Coolant Reservoir. But this is just another example of roots just coming out all over the place and very nearby these structures. Also Orkin, you can definitely see some Orkin design. You can see a little porpoise scaffolding up and around them, like they have been exploring them, maybe doing some research on them. It's very, very interesting. For whatever reason, these markers never stick around. But that's interesting. It's another example of just coolant towers, and we're about to approach another one. But coolant towers with these roots, these structures, just very, very close by, and they have to be, they have to be linked somehow. I'm assuming, like I said, they suck up all the coolant, but I don't know. This is the location that was also very, very interesting to me, because there are porpoise down here, like actually monitoring and harvesting and exploring these locations. Ooh, one thing that I didn't realize before is the fact. Let me just throw some of this out there so you guys can get taken care of while we're busy. Is they were actually able to slice through these, or cut through these, probably through some plasma cutter, some sort of, porpoise tech. But they've actually been harvesting these roots, and actually, who knows where they're going to, but very cool, very, very interesting. And then once again, the giant orb. the giant orb which all of these seem to protrude out of, which is just, it's fascinating, and I love this. This planet is so rich in like design and you know, mystery. I love it. DE needs to continue to do stuff like this. It looks like there's 2 of them actually, but DE needs to continue this because this is just fantastic. I love these areas. I've been exploring, flying around Fortuna, checking these places out, and I just find something new every single time I explore. But anyways, these are the three craters: Astara Crater, Astara Crater, and the Horindi Crater. And as far as I know, these are the only 3 locations with these crazy routes. I could be wrong. I still have places to still really explore and look. But once again, I am very curious to see what you guys think about all this. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions because my mind's going a million thoughts a second, you know, trying to figure out what the heck is going on here. But maybe you guys have thought of something I haven't. I would love to hear it. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Blah!